Yeah,
All right,
I just keep
hello
it steady on
everybody.
the
Welcome
magic.
back to
Do
the
my thing, I'm
Uprooted
healing, it's
Podcast.
fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna just have
If I
some
fall,
good
rise
conversation
automatic.
about some good
You ain't
topics
on
with some
that,
good
you
people.
know. I'm the one raise myself like a tree from the roots. West side girl, cause she lit in the coast. East side girl when she speaks to the roots. Stay 100 cause she on with the truth. Been there on struggle, know that it pass. Only going up, yeah, the pain don't last. Ooh, take off. Ooh, take off. Ooh, take off. This is take off. Shorty like Brandy, fight like Monica. What you know about her? Baby girl rising, way to the top. Shaking the world, don't expect her to stop. Purpose so great, she get what she got. Follow her step, cause she following God. What you need more, got a heart full of gold. Even at times when it's raining and cold. Ooh, she bout take off. Ooh, she bout.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Hannah, aka Roots Out, and welcome back to the Uprooted Podcast. Today we are going to do what? Black Women Wednesday, and I'm gonna have my girl Mahalet on. This is gonna be a fun episode. We're gonna talk about trailblazing in the cannabis industry. Yes, this is a hot topic in the Haberstock community, so let's see how this goes, y'all. What's up, y'all? What's up? Make sure you're sending this to your friends. My girl Mahalet is about to join. Big Cuzzo. So excited to have her on. She's so dope. I don't think y'all even understand. And she just, she a solid one. She a real one. And she gonna really come on here, give y'all some free game, okay? Some free games. So make sure y'all ready to take some notes because my girl don't play. So as soon as she get on here, we gonna get it started. But hope y'all week is going well. Wednesday for those in that 9 to 5 grind. You halfway through the week. You almost there. If you not, just happy Wednesday anyways. If you like me and all the days just blur together, it is what it is. Okay, I see you, girl. I see you, girl. Big Cuz coming through. Yay!
Hey!
Not the Comcast Wi-Fi, sis. Come on.
Come on, bro. I mean, I got
Wi-Fi. We look here, guys. Okay, I see the fam is in the building though. Hold on, Mahala. She gonna get her life together. Give her a second, y'all. But she is a businesswoman. She just got home. Rushed to get on here. So let's see.
Is it working?
Okay, you back, sis.
Bruh, I'm like, what?
You okay?
I was stressed out, bro. I'm like, how the hell do I work this? I just got so mad. Like, dang.
I just love you. I just felt it too. I felt it for you. I was like,
You
she's probably over there. Like,
I'm
nah,
frustrated.
damn. I just got here on time. I went through all this, and then now you want to act up.
Bro, I literally was like, I know this ain't about to happen right now. This ain't about to happen right now.
Listen, it be the funniest shit all the time. Babu said, how do I put this on? Babu, if you want to put it on your story, just screenshot us and then just tag the page. There you go. You got it.
Screenshot me, Babu.
I love it, man. I love it. How are you? How's your day?
My day's pretty cool. I think I'm coming down with a little cold. I slept with the window open, and it's getting hecka hot out here, so it's like the weather change and everything like that. So I'm feeling a little congested, but nothing but drink some Adiki, some Shahi, and I'm gonna be fine.
I'm crying. Not that you went all the way Hagerasa with it.
I did. I literally did. I bought this and was like, I'm about to take a shot and see if this clear me out.
I'm crying. Okay, listen. Oh, first of all, let's introduce it. We over here talking because we familiar. So, hi everybody. Welcome.
Yeah, I forgot.
Welcome. Y'all, this is Big Cuz, Big Sis, Mahalet, the OG. She is joining the Uprooted Podcast. I wanted to highlight her this Wednesday because she's just dope and she does dope things. But I just was like, oh, let me see how she's doing. And so I was like, first of all, let me stop and introduce you to the people. Do you wanna also jump in and add in there a little bit more about who you are and tell the people about yourself?
That's such a hard question. My name is Mahalet. I'm from Oakland, California. Well, I'm from West Oakland, California. I have to really let people know that
yeah,
I'm from
clarify.
Clarify, I'm from West Oakland. Nothing much, but I've been knowing Ruth for forever and a day, ever since we were little. And she was doing this podcast, and she reached out and was like, "Are you down to do it?" I mean, I work in the cannabis space, so keep that in mind, y'all. We about to talk about weed to how and how beneficial it is, and how it's literally turning this new leaf. And I just want everybody else to jump on board and get in the industry before whatchamacallit. Agazi, I hate him.
Agazi, I can't stand him. He says she sound hood.
I am, can't stand him. I do. I'm trying.
Listen. Yeah, I have been embracing it more and more. I had my homie on here one time, Wayne, and he was doing this, like, he was working on a presentation for some job opportunity, and I was like, oh, you should probably not say it like that. And he was like, oh, no, I'm 100% myself all the time. I don't switch. And I was just like, okay.
You know who else said that? I watch a lot of like entrepreneurs and like inspirational, motivational speakers and stuff. Jay-Z said that. Jay-Z said he don't change his voice for nobody. He don't act a certain way towards nobody. He was like, I am myself in every room that I am in. And he was like, and some people actually gravitate towards realness, and they like that because everyone is always being something that they're not, especially in the business world. It's refreshing to just see somebody that like obviously knows what she's talking about, and as a part of the industry, but also could just genuinely be themselves.
Yeah, this nigga Gazi, throw him away. Just don't even. We're gonna ignore him.
Gazi, I was, man, but I decided to hit it before I got on this podcast.
The way he be trolling, no. The way he is gonna troll this whole episode, so just leave him to do his trolling.
How can I shut off comments? I can't read it.
I can shut him off. He'll probably calm down. It's gonna be a light. It's gonna be a light one.
I'm just kidding. So this is gonna be a fun topic and fun conversation. Yes. I feel like people are genuinely interested about the cannabis space, so I'm like, keep asking questions all the time.
First of all, I went to go Google some shit too, because I was like, let me be a little bit educated on it. And I was like, the way there is hella different regulations, I was like, never mind, bro.
Yes, bro. Yes.
I was like, let me just talk to her, pique the interest, and then maybe that way I'll at least funnel in one direction. You know what I mean? Instead of like trying to look at everything and learn everything, which is the point. So I'm just saying, first and foremost, if y'all don't understand too, the irony of like us opening that way and even mentioning like Jay-Z and realness, right, in like these spaces, is that you're a Black woman in this very new, quote unquote, new industry, right? So it's like, that's a part of your story, and I want us to get into it. So that is a big part too of why I asked you to come on, right? I didn't use the word trailblazer lightly, right? Because like we're not noticing it right now because you're just living it and you're just doing it in the day-to-day grind. But 10 years from now, you're gonna look back and be like, I really did that shit.
It's certain things now. I'd be like, I just cannot believe I did that. Like, this is crazy.
It's so nuts because we're finally at that age, and I'm usually I leave a lot of the mushy stuff towards the end, but I might as well just throw some flowers out there now. It's like I'm really looking to the left and to the right of me, you know what I mean, back to back. I'm able to have back to back episodes of women that I literally grew up with doing dope shit, and I'm like, wow, like it's really dope for me. I don't have to look that far. And I hope that,
beautiful. That's so beautiful. Like, I love you. I'm really weird with taking compliments.
We all are. We're so bad.
We're so bad, but I'm learning to just be like, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Like, I really, really do.
It's okay. You can have your. Look, this is what I tell myself too. Just say the mushy stuff, even
Mm-hmm.
if you can't feel it yet,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got your thug tears later on. Like,
Heck, I've
that's
definitely said
literally
some
how I
stuff too.
process. That's how I process life, bro. So
Mhm.
if
My day to
anybody
day.
was wondering,
That's my day to
anybody
day.
was wondering, that's how I do it. So okay, no, but for real, I'm so blessed and honored that you're running around doing a lot of things. So I'm blessed and honored that you took the time to do this. Again,
Definitely.
I'll be up in people's. I'm like, listen, I know, like, I'm gonna ask, but like, I know I have to ask at a certain time period with people. You know what I mean? And this felt like the right timing. It felt like the right space. And I was like, all right, I peeped what you were doing like last year, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
then I was just like, that's so dope. But I was like, our community isn't ready for this conversation.
Facts.
Like, I was
Facts.
like, they're not ready for this conversation. And I think now at this point, I realize we're never gonna be ready for this conversation. It just has to happen.
Mhm.
You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's kind of what it is, right? That's what trailblazing is. That's what breaking stigmas is. Is like, fuck it. I'm gonna just do it.
Fuck it. Yay. Fuck it. I'm sorry, mommy. We just have to do this and
This
circle
is what
back
we're
with you
gonna
later.
do. Yeah, like we go. We'll be fine. Like you
It,
could be mad right now. We gonna make it.
mhm.
So
We gonna
I
make
play.
it.
We gonna make it.
It don't help that I'm
Bro,
a little high right
look,
now. So I'm
I'm
like,
telling you, I really just play too much with people. Okay, hello, y'all in the audience. I hope you are enjoying
all
this
right.
already.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
So,
y'all.
Mahala is doing some amazing work in the cannabis industry.
Okay.
Cannabis is a fancy word for weed, marijuana, like call it what you want, the green
Mm-mm.
flower. I don't know what else. I'm sure there's other names for it, but you're in this industry, and you explained it to me. But if you can explain it to other people, you have two different companies under the same name,
Yeah.
right?
So the license that I have is distro. So I do distribution and transportation for the state of California because my life you can only work in state lines. So in the state of California, I transport flower from point A to point B. Flower is weed. I just say flower because I just been in the industry for some time. But
Industry for too
yeah,
long. Yeah,
for
you be
too
using the
long. But
lingo. Don't
yeah,
worry, I'll break it
yeah,
down for
yeah.
them.
So yeah, I just transport flour from point A to point B, and then I also ended up creating my own brand. So the flour that we grow and that we have, we were, distributing at first all these other businesses and companies. Then I realized I could create my own brand. So I was like,
Hmm.
fuck it, let's see how that works. And I put my brand in a couple of shops out here in Oakland. And now I'm like throughout the state of California now because our flour is like really, really good. And it literally all started from just having a passion for cannabis. Like, I mean, people are so scared to admit it and say it out loud, but I smoke weed, okay? I take in cannabis. I use cannabis. It helps me. I started doing it back in like I want to even say it was like right after high school. I didn't touch it at high school because growing up, our parents were like, "It's a drug. You don't touch it." Like all this,
Yeah,
all
and
this.
we used to
We've all
still be
heard it.
scared of them.
We used to be so scared. I'm frightened of my mom. Like she could just look at me and I'm like, nah. So
Nah,
I
you
was
be
like, I'll
shook.
never
You be like,
touch it.
ooh,
Yeah, I was like, I would never touch it. But I always really liked the smell because people used to be high at my high school all the time. So I used to like the
all
smell of
day.
it, but I would never touch it. Like never touch. And then I started off consuming cannabis because I just have really, really bad cramps. Like women can, like I really cater to the women market because it was like I used to have really, really bad cramps, like
Hmm.
unbearable, like passed out. That's how bad it was. And I remember I got
Yeah.
my wisdom teeth pulled, and I kept the Vicodin for my wisdom teeth just for when I'm on my cycle because that's how bad it was. I was willing to go through the pain of my mouth and not take the Vicodin for that and keep it for when I'm on my cycle. And then when I ran out of Vicodin,
Wow.
I was like, it was that bad. Like it was on some like, do I keep it for my mouth pain or
Hmm.
do I just save it? And I was just taking like Tylenol extra strips for like when I was having my when I got my wisdom teeth pulled. But I think they gave out 8 Vicodins or something like that, and I kept it, and I kept it for every months. So every month, day 2 of my cycle, I was taking a Vicodin. And I'm talking about I became like something, like something needs to help me. And then it's just one of my partners was like, smoke weed. And I was against it for so long.
Like, what? That's it?
Yeah, I was like, heck no. I was like, heck no, I can't do it. Like, no. And then, dang. Can you hear me?
Oh, it's okay, y'all. She, you know, she in Oakland. This is what we do.
Hey, I pay for Wi-Fi. Hold
on. You good, sis. I can hear you now. All right, let me stop laughing at you. Okay, Mohammed. Okay, so let me recap for while she's getting herself situated. So essentially, can you okay, I think you're coming back. I was saying, recapping for the audience, essentially where we're at is that growing up, like, there was a huge stigma against anybody, right? Like smoking weed at all.
Let's try
like,
this again,
marijuana,
y'all.
anything, however you ingest it. And when I want to highlight something that she said, can you? Okay, I can hear you. It's probably Instagram is hating. It might be like high traffic. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But I was highlighting and I wanted to recap a little bit. Okay, bet. Okay, perfect. So I was recapping for them and wanting to highlight, like, part of what you were saying too in that was this idea that, like, the pain of, like, having cramps was worse than, like, the pain of your wisdom tooth. Like, you were willing to compromise on, like, meds for that, right? Because I want to highlight right there, because I have PCOS, which is a hormonal, like, endocrine issue, right? And that used to affect me too. And I've noticed that a lot of us, like, suffer with some type of level of this. And I just want to make sure the women who are here, who are paying attention, you shouldn't have that much pain. That's not actually normal. And like, don't let doctors tell you that it's normal, because it's not. Like, if you need Vicodin to get through it, right? That ain't it. That ain't it. And I have a theory that a lot of it has to do with stress and, like, with how we carry stress in our body, because I feel like all that extra tension that we carry in our body makes our period, like, 10 times worse. So like, I've noticed that for myself. The more I've done my self-care and taken care of, like, what I need to do, like, I've been able to manage symptoms with, like, way less medicine and whatever. And so for some people, like, for me, that might be a Tylenol. For some of y'all might need to roll something, you know what I mean? Or you might need a little gummy. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying you do, but I'm saying that level of pain isn't rational, right? Like, that just doesn't make sense. So I wanted to highlight that for the folks of your part of your story into how you even, like, got introduced to cannabis. It was really not for the stereotypical things that people think it's for. It's really for, like, yo, I'm in pain, like, actual pain, and this was helpful to you.
Yo, I'm in pain. Yes. But yeah, I started taking it because of that. And then, yeah, I literally took it for medicinal purposes. It wasn't for recreational purposes. It was solely because I was having bad cramps. And then I wasn't taking it every day. It was just only when I was on my cycle. And then from there, it went into recreational purposes because I realized the benefits of it. It turned into recreational purposes.
Listen, there's no judgment here. Like, on occasion, just for shits and giggles, I don't really care. Like, I'm like, you get to the end of your day, like, you get to the end of your day, you feel me? And you ain't got else to do. Like, I'm already taking care of all my responsibilities for me, right? Because I had to, like, rationalize my way through all this guilt and shame about enjoying this. I was like, bro, all my responsibilities for the day are done. You really can't tell me shit no more. Like, The rest of the day is mine, but to each his own. To each his own.
I said some people drink wine.
Got it. Oh, I'm crying. This nigga Miwa said Dios in the building.
Hey.
Yes. Okay. All right. So we're gonna try to work through this delay, y'all. So getting us back on track. Part of that is so you have two business licenses. So the way you got into it was for medicinal reasons, and then after being a long time like user and understanding like, hey, this is actually beneficial, and then seeing it become legal in California, it was like an opportunity presented itself. So you got a distribution license and a like business license, like commercial license, right?
Yeah. So it's it's a distribution license and transportation.
Okay. And then, so with those two, you're able to do like several different things, and that's but it's all new within the industry. So you went through the program. What was it called? An equity something? Can you explain that to
it
people?
Was the equity. Yeah, the equity program. I just the equity program was implemented for people to get an opportunity to get licensed in the industry. It was mainly, I mean, long story short, it was, former Councilwoman Desi Brooks, when it went recreational legal in 2016, she noticed that a lot of people from out of state were trying to come into California and grab licenses. And she wasn't having that. It was like, nah, if we're going to give licenses, if we're going to be able to give licenses, it's going to be for Oakland natives first. So Oakland natives gets first dibs on licenses. But can you hear me? Am I delayed, or is this okay?
No, you're good. I can hear you.
Okay. And so when she created that, she basically gave people an opportunity that you either had to have been arrested for a marijuana conviction charge, or you lived in an area that was over policed during the war on drugs. So if you lived in the area, basically if you lived in the hood, like if you lived in the area where police was always running around, you see people getting arrested, people were smoking weed, whatever the case was, you actually got dibs on a license. And because I'm from West Oakland and I live in West Oakland and I lived in West Oakland for that certain amount of time, I think it was like out of 20 years, you got to show proof of 10 years. I qualified. Like I literally just applied just to see, and then I got approved. And I was like, oh damn. All right. I was like, mind you, this is like right after. This is an opportunity for me to get into the space. Licenses, and then I got approved for through. They were like, all right, what license you want? I was like, what license can I get? They were like, you can get all of them. They give me all of them. I was like, well, I want all of them then. Like, run me every one, and then I'm gonna figure out what to do with them as they come. And
listen, this is what I'm talking about. That's the right type of like mentality to have. I don't know, like shit. I'm gonna just take all of it, and then I'll figure it out. Listen, y'all, that's a gem. I hope you guys are paying attention.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, they gave me this opportunity. I was like, I'm about to run with it. So I started off with distribution and transportation because that was the gray area. Like everybody that gets into the cannabis space either want to have a dispensary because they want to shop, or they want to just grow weed. But then the gray area is really distro, because distro, you can't even transport no form of flower without distro. You need this to even move. Like even as a cultivator, if you're growing weed, after you grow your weed, your weed got to go get tested, because, there's testing labs and everything now. It got to get tested. It has to get jarred up. Like, there's all these things that go in that you can't do. Like, as a cultivator, your license won't allow you to do that. My license allows me to do that. So I now have that area. Like, all right, this is what I'm about to do. This is how I'm about to deal. The business name is Dios, by the way. Doing it ourselves. We totally forgot to mention that. So yeah, so when I say Dios, I mean the distro company.
I should write that.
I know, I totally forgot too. Like, I'm over here talking like people know that Dios is me. Sorry. So yeah, then
No, you're good. You're good. Sorry, y'all. We got some technical difficulties. Y'all know how it goes. I tried to say two things at once. I said, you know how it goes. What she was explaining is her distribution business, and then the flower brand. And so her brand is called Dios, which stands for doing it ourselves. In case y'all didn't catch that, and then I'm just gonna give her a second to figure it out. So Donna, you said your curls are amazing. Thanks, sis. No, I'm trying to like have energy to do them again. Wow, you guys, the compliments. Oui. Okay, hopefully she comes back. She gonna call it. Listen, when I tell you Mahala is gonna call Comcast after this, talk about not that you have me out here not working when I'm supposed to be on live. So hey guys, welcome back. For those joining, I have my cousin Mahala on. She's just having some technical difficulties on today. But essentially, why I had Mahala come on the show is she is trailblazing in the cannabis industry. California legalized marijuana, I believe, in 2016. Don't quote me. And she was able to get a license, which is really hard to get. So if anybody who doesn't know, it's really hard to get a business license for marijuana in any of the states that have just passed it. Like, when I say it's difficult, it's because like they're expensive. It's a higher price point. But in Oakland and in certain states, I believe they've passed certain laws to give licenses for Native people, like in the cities, right? So like for Oakland, what Mahala was explaining is that she got her business license for all of the different licenses for the cannabis industry using this equity program that they created in Oakland, and it was a Black woman who created it. I forget what the name was, but essentially this woman saw all these people coming from out of state to move in and get licensing when the residents of these cities haven't even been able to get licenses. So she piloted this program and made sure she took care of that before she left office. But essentially, this program allows Native residents who lived in Oakland to apply for a business license in the cannabis industry if they've lived in a certain area of Oakland that was over policed, that like had people that were arrested for marijuana charges. You know, it's restorative justice essentially is what the program is based out of. And so Mahala was able to apply for that and get all of these different business licenses to do business legally in California within the weed industry. So one of the parts of the business, oh, there she goes. Perfect. So she can re-explain this to you guys. Is the distribution line, which is what she was explaining before we had technical difficulties. And then the other part is the actual brand, like line that you can go into the dispensary and get. So hopefully it works now and she can get back to explaining.
I am pissed.
You got it. You got it. Don't even worry. Listen, I held you down. So I recapped for the people where we were at, and then can you remind me what was the city? It was a city council woman, right? That created
former
program?
council.
I couldn't remember her name.
Desley Brooks.
Perfect.
She
you gotta remember the name, y'all. Desley Brooks.
Yeah, she was the one that former councilwoman Desley Brooks.
Where you left off in terms of explaining distribution line, or like not line, distribution, how we had or get for pointing because of the regulations in the cannabis industry. So like that was really important for you to have. And then the other part was the actual brand is what I was explaining to folks. If you want to jump in there.
Yeah. So we just transport flour. Please give me a head nod and stuff if I go out or not. Like, let me know. But On my end, I just don't know what's going on. But anyway, yeah. So we just transport flour from point A to point B. The distro license allows you to do so because the state of California is highly regulated. They told you now to move your own product, you need to hire a third party distro.
So I'll pick up a little bit where she probably left off. Is what the way that the regulations work is that you'd have to hire a third party, is what she was saying, to get your product to your vendors, because of the way that regulations are, your product to get tested and to get packaged and then to go to the vendor. So basically that's the middleman, and she was like able to see that right away and got that license and create a company out of that. So that's even back end, right? So that's another way to be in the industry without having to actually partake in like the consumption. So yeah, even though he said that Bay Area network, though, I know I'm further down the valley, so it's less congested over here. But I'm assuming that it's in Oakland right now, turning up, so they're probably taking up all the bandwidth, is what I'm assuming is what it is. But I hope that makes sense to y'all in terms of why that license was really important for her and why to anyone. I mean, and that's in any industry, understanding like how distribution works.
We blaming the Bay Area internet.
I was generous. I said it's Cinco de Mayo, and it's probably hella people outside on their Snapchat and Instagram in the neighborhood. Like that's what I figured. So they slowing it real down. Like they slowing it down. Okay.
Man.
I basically explained to them why distribution is the middleman, though.
Yeah, so distro is the middleman, and I decided to go for the middleman license, and then that's what I started with. That's what I started DIOS with, which stands for doing it ourselves, but we just say, DIOS for short. And so we started with that. And then in the midst of that, like I had a slow start because the regulations, everything was so new that everything kept changing. So we were like, all right, we're learning as we go. There's no blueprint. Like there's nobody I can look at their business to be like, that's what I want to mimic. Like this is all new, free game, trial and error. Figure it out on your own. Let us know what happens. And we did that. Like I literally started with just, partnering up with a bunch of like farmers and stuff up north, and then just taking them to their certain destinations. And then I ended up partnering up with another indoor grow facility out here in Oakland, and got a cultivation team and the whole nine. So then they start growing for me. So then now I have my own access to all this flour, like all this wheat that I have now. I was at first dropping it off to like, manufacturing companies that turn flour into like oil and stuff for like vapes and carts and stuff like that. They need a lot of flour to just produce something so minimal. And I was able to provide that amount for them on a consistent base. Consistency is what matters, and just like quality. And then I was able to provide that. So I started doing that. And it really wasn't until this one guy in downtown Oakland, man, I was at the special permits building, and he was the one who told me, like, you could create a brand with your license, because the distro license is so vague. I'm like, what do you mean? He was like how everyone has brands in shops, you have that ability to do that. And there's no Black women-owned flour in the market. Take advantage of that. So I was like, all right, like that's something to, think about and look into. But I didn't act on it, right then and there. I just didn't think about it. And then my friend ended up getting a license, dispensary out here in downtown Oakland, Have a Heart, and I convinced him to put my weed in his shop. Like, let's just see if it moves. Like, let's just see what would happen. And it was moving. And then I got into like another account, and then I got in another account, and then I started getting like messages here and there, like, yo, your weed's fire. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, do we have something here? And I don't. Because I use the flour. So to me, I'm just regular smoke. I'm like, wait, do I got something here? And I just don't know. Like, I need to do some further investigation here. I need to do some further investigation.
Hold on.
I'm like, am I tripping?
I'm about to just figure something out. Go ahead.
Yeah, it literally was, because especially in cannabis, man, like, a lot of people are more conscious with their dollars and what they're spending. So like, it's it's my partner Rob Jacobs is for sure fire. But
he says for sure fire.
But
Okay,
sure fire. He's for sure had some. He's for sure had some. But so yeah, so then after that, I got into like other places here and there, and then I don't know what happened. It was literally an overnight thing where I started getting hit ups from buyers like, "Hey, I'm interested in carrying your brand." I'm like, did something happen and I just didn't realize what just happened? But what it was, word got out that there's a Black woman-owned brand in the cannabis space. Mind you, there's no Black woman. A lot of people want to support Black businesses. So especially, so it's like, if we're going to buy, weed is weed. So it's like, if we're going to buy weed, I want to know who I'm supporting. Where is this money going to? Is this money going to like the rich white man, like that got capital that's coming into the industry? Or just going to support, you know, the homegirl that's from West Oakland that's really trying to create a business in this cannabis space that was built on the backs of Black and brown people, mind you. Like, let's not forget that. Like,
that part.
Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for getting caught smoking weed outside. But it's not as if Black and white people don't smoke weed the same amount. No, they smoke the same amount of weed. Black people and white people do. Black people are the ones that get arrested for it though, 4 times more than any other race, which is sick and sad. And at the same breath, now that cannabis went legal, Black people only own 4% of the licenses in the industry. That is so backwards to me. How are Black people in the streets basically, they're distro, like they're the middleman, like they're doing what I'm doing now. The only difference is I'm licensed, but it's like, why is it that they're more likely to be arrested for it, but then, you know, John or Tom from Connecticut comes in with $200,000-$300,000 and he gets to be able to do the same thing? Like, that's just not. So that's where the, you know, social equity comes into play.
Exactly.
And how they're trying to really separate that and make sure Black and brown people get opportunity to the industry, because those numbers just make no sense when you break down the numbers. It just, how is it that there's only 4%?
It really doesn't.
Black people owning licenses within the industry. There's about almost close to 1,100 active cannabis. Only one is Black woman. The only Black women-owned distro license. You want your product distributed to your shop from a Black woman. If you want your weed in your shop from a Black woman, we grow our weed Black woman. It's just like, we literally check every box. And that's what I say when I go in these dispensaries. If I meet with a buyer, I'm asking them, like, not even for me, but how many of these brands on your shelves are Black owned? There's just no way you can't have no Black owned brands up in this shop, and this is weed. Like, need.
Hold on. We gotta pause. Because you spitting fire. You preaching. Hold on. You preaching. I don't know if the audience is really catching up to you. Because we be spitting clock talk and they don't always catch it. You know what I'm saying? They're not catching it.
I be forgetting. We got to stop.
Yeah, we got to pause. 2 seconds. We got to pause because I don't think you even realize what you said yourself. First and foremost, let's take a big a breath to say, you're the only woman. Can you say the number for me? How many licenses?
It's close to 1,100 distro licenses. Yeah.
Okay. So in 1,100, there's only one. My nigga, you are one. That's it. Like, that's it.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
I want that to hit you right here. While that hits you, I want to say something else to the audience. She just said she did half your job for you. Okay? Because first, you open the door. Okay? Let me do it to you with the accent. Okay? Because then maybe everybody understand it. First, you kick the door. You open it. Okay? You open it. And then you tell them, You tells him, why again? I need hafte, besides commit it. Like you said, I need my sisters with me. You know? Like, so for our parents to understand too, and for anyone who needs that breakdown, this is the type of people I fuck with, okay? This is the type of people I come from. You open the door and you make sure you hold the door open so that everybody else can come behind you. Like, I got you, hold on. Like, here come a door right here. I got people waiting to work with you. So it's like, you're also taking excuses away from people who are scared to be successful. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm just crying. This is like I said. Okay, Agazi, usually I ignore him. He said, first of all, Sam, shut up. Agazi said, scrolls Facebook to see if we've ever took a pic together. I'm fed up.
We did, Agazi. We really did. We did. We did, Agazi, bro. We did.
It's so funny. I just wanted to take a second, like, to we gotta acknowledge that. And then also, she also said something else, right? Like, the scary part, you already did. There's no blueprint. There wasn't one. You just made one though. Like, so that means there's somebody out here who's looking for excuses, right? Or they're looking for the blueprint. They're looking for the business they can mimic. Here you go. Here it is, right here.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see other Black women do it.
Facts. Well, I would love to see other women get into the cannabis space. It's a male-dominated industry. It's heavily male-dominated. And then it's white male-dominated. I'm sorry. I just keep going back to that because I just cannot get past
No, it's the truth.
It's heavily male, white male. And I'm like, nah, this doesn't even feel right for me. Like, yeah, I'm in the business. Yeah, I work with a lot of different, buyers and accounts and stuff like that. But it just doesn't feel right with me. That's why when we do come across another woman, but on top of that, another Black woman, I've never really seen the unity in any other industry that I've had in cannabis. In cannabis is the wave. I heard it before. Like, this one guy told me, like, they lock Black people out of every other industry: tobacco, alcohol, pharmaceutical, drugs, real estate, tech boom. Like, don't give them cannabis. Do not give them cannabis. And it's like, right. I'm not gonna get, like, that's one thing. That's our industry. We gonna make sure we hold on to that, and we're gonna keep that going, and we're gonna make sure we get as many people into the industry as possible. That's why I don't mind answering questions, bro. I get hit up all the time, and it's like, I answer everybody's question. One, a lot of people didn't know at first that Dios was a woman, Black woman owned business. Cause I was getting hit up like, yo, dude, your weed's fire, bro. And I'm like, it's sis, and thank you. Like, it's not bro, it's sis, and thank you. I appreciate it,
I can't stand you, bro. I can't. Yes, no, I can hear you, but I'm just still laughing at that. Like, yes, it is sis. Yeah, sis. That's like the biggest flex ever.
And thank you.
I'm just
It is, bro. It is. Okay. It's so funny because people just automatically connect. Yeah, a lot of people just correlate cannabis to men, and it's like, women can also provide quality flower. Women can also be out here, like, you could be the Cookies, the Connected, the Alien Labs, these are like high-end cannabis brands that are in these shops. Like, you could do that too.
And I'm honestly thinking too, like, what is making you high-end versus like Joe Schmo? It's just that you have a brand. That's it. That people fuck with.
Yeah, I have a brand, and a lot of, because consumers are more conscious with their dollars, buyers and dispensary owners are now needing to diversify their shelf space. So they're like, actually need to people aren't coming in here buying just regular weed. People are now asking, like, all right, which one of these are black owned? And if you say none, they're going to just walk out and go to the next dispensary that holds black owned brands. Because it's only right.
Yeah.
Like, it's only right. You have to. You got to do right. Like, you can't be no white owned dispensary owner and not have nobody, not even Oakland natives in your shop. Like, there's a couple Oakland brands, you know, out here, cannabis brands that you need to have in your shop to support. Like, it just, and what I appreciate about the cannabis space is we're letting up off their necks. Like, not at all. Like, even if my weed isn't in no shop, I'm looking on the shelf to be like, all right, so who do you have to make sure that somebody's in here? Like, you putting somebody inventory on the shelf. And yeah, it's a beautiful industry. It's just, you gotta just kind of like, you just gotta make sure motherfuckers don't forget. Like, hey, by the way, this is our industry. And especially in the Habesha community, bro. Like, the Habesha community, everyone is just scared to like voice cannabis. It's like, oh, never, don't do it. And it's just like, I'm like, my mom, my mom, my uncles, my aunts and stuff were like, you know, don't get in that industry, until I tell them, nah, the white people are getting in this industry. Never mind, do your thing.
Literally.
It's like, it's super frustrating.
It's just
super
like
frustrating. But
yeah.
You can go.
That's it. I can just do this. This is my face. It's just this. Like, when they do that, when they start with the judgment, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go do this by myself. I'm gonna come run you this check back though, and then we gonna have a different conversation. Like, you know what I mean?
It's a whole different conversation.
Different conversation
this
when
drug
you run
money,
that check back.
Yeah, this drug money is paying the bills. So now, what? What else? What else I got? Come on, let's get this out the way.
Because I know the aunts and uncles you're talking about. Oh man. Okay, Rupka said, Hannah, you stay bringing amazing women inspired by your journey, sis. That's for you, Mahalit Hafte. Not you come in here and talk about what about the bed. Okay, I see the JK. Oh, not that you freezing on me again. Mahalit Hafte, the way I'm coming to Oakland and checking your internet, I'm gonna check your internet, Hafte, because you've been cutting in and out of me all day. But let me just recap for those of you guys once again. Rupka Hafte, yes, you are right. The last question I was going to ask her when it comes back, hopefully she comes, is her question about legacy. But what I hope you guys have learned from Mahalit is, like, one, take the risk, bet on yourself, right? Like, and also you have to, if you didn't watch my Manifest Mondays this week, you have to like really divorce yourself from shame and guilt, because imagine like she didn't do that, and she didn't join. I hate it, Gazi. Okay, let me focus. She didn't, go and apply for those business licenses and figure out about this equity program. Like, this industry is another industry that we can't get shut out of. And I hope you guys really heard her when she said that. Like, for Mahalit to be the only Black woman in the state, okay, I really have to clarify that, who has a distribution license, like, that is mind-boggling to me. While I'm so proud of her, like, beyond proud of her, and like really impressed to be able to say that I can say that about my cousin. Yes, exactly. Being a pioneer and shit, trailblazer out here, that's my fam. Is I want to see, like, at the end of this year, 10 more women in there too. Like, at least. I mean, my brothers too. Y'all can come up in here too. I'm just saying, I don't want us to miss out on being a part of this industry because of like a stigma.
Yay.
You're back.
I'm back.
Okay. I'm so proud of you. So listen, I was telling them, you are beyond beyond trailblazing in this. And that my last question usually to my guests is, what do you want your legacy to be?
Ooh. I want people to be able to know Dios's story and to know that it's doable. Like, I just want people to know, like, hey, this is really doable. It sounds scary, but when you start doing it though, it's like I start, it's all trial and error to make myself feel better. I always say, like, I don't know all the answers and I am gonna fuck up, but it's okay. Like, it's okay.
Listen,
I don't know all the
that's
answers.
the attitude.
This is a new industry. Just don't try to make the same mistake twice. That's my number. That's like my rule of thumb. Just don't try to make the same mistake twice. And we'll learn and grow as the industry grows. Like it's so new. And yeah, I think because I'm in it and I'm working like all day, that when I don't really get an opportunity to talk to people. So when I tell people this, maybe that's why it's just very uncomfortable for me to take compliments, because it's like, damn, I mean, but when I do say it, I realize, like, yeah, I am the only women-owned brand. Like, if you even Google, like, Black women-owned cannabis companies in California, they'll have everyone, like, all the businesses, but when they go to the distribution, whatchamacallit section, Dios is the only one under that list. Like, we're the only ones under that list, and that blows my mind. Like, damn, I'm still really the only one. Like, ain't nobody else chime in yet? Ain't nobody else trying to get in the industry?
Listen,
like, what y'all waiting on?
That I'm telling you, it's like the opposite though, cause like, this is corny, but you know how like you go in your class roster, you be the only Habesha kid name you see on the list.
Yeah,
that's what that when you said that, that's what it felt like.
You know that was to show us.
It is just like it was like you gotta represent and put on for everybody, and that's a different level of pressure too. So I want to acknowledge that as well. Like, it's hella scary to go into a place where there's nobody else like you.
Man, what? It's super scary, and it's just super unfortunate. Like, a lot of people could connect with their peers and whatever, and it just, when I see another Black woman in the space, whether they're a buyer or they're bud tenders or they're working like inventory, I genuinely gravitate towards them. Like, it's a genuine thing. Like, and we just be chopping it up. We share the same stories. We have like the same, interactions. There's some people, even with Dios, like when I have like business meetings and I walk in, it's like, oh, you're Dios. And it's like, who'd you think it was? Like, my face isn't out there. I don't blast myself out there. So it's like, when we do have meetings and I do have like meetings with like potential brands that I want to take on as in my distro, it's like I get the shock factor, like the, oh, you're a Dios. And it's like, yeah, I am. Now back to the deal. Do you want to do this? So now we got that.
You too much of a G, bro. You too much of a G. I cannot.
Like, did you go over this? Yeah, did you go over the contract? Yeah, I created the contract. Did you read it?
Did you have any edits?
Yeah, but then I do get the curious. Yeah, then I do get the curious questions though, like, so how'd you able to get it? In the industry, blah blah blah, and yeah. So I'm now getting used to sharing my story and even putting my face out there. I think me and you talked about that before. Like, I was very, very like, I want to be behind the scenes. But then once I started, letting people know, like, Dios is a Black woman-owned brand, blah, 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 it became like you need to put your face out there. Like, people need to see you. Like, you're actually somebody that people are inspired to look up to and stuff like that. So then I started like, all right, let's see how this works out. Like, let's start doing this. And yeah, I've just been doing like podcasts here and there, interviews here and there, and like I'm slowly getting my name out there, and I mean getting my brand and stuff out there. We're in about like 42 locations now, but
that's slow. That's a slow year.
You know what's crazy, but what's so crazy with that? I scaled during COVID. When COVID
Thank
hit,
you. Can you take 2 seconds to just think that you're dope, my nigga? Like, I'm fed up. She said, I scaled to 42, nigga, in a year, in the pandemic?
man, it was crazy. It was COVID. You know, we were deemed essential. So it was like once we were deemed essential, which is crazy, right? Cannabis is deemed an essential business, but it's still technically federally illegal. And that's a whole different.
If God isn't working in your life, I don't know. I don't know, sis.
Yeah,
Or
man,
whatever spiritual, But
it's
listen,
crazy.
most people can't say that. I need you. I need that to hit you later on. Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I need that to hit you later on. Okay, sorry. 42 stores, but this is all like, so this is all tying back to your legacy, bro. You said you wanted to make sure people knew it was achievable.
Yes.
Like, you did that in a year in a pandemic when people were getting shut down.
Man, it's so crazy. Yeah, when you start saying it out loud, it's like, dang. And you know what else helped was a lot of people wanted to try cannabis for the first time during COVID. It was like first time consumers and stuff like that. Because essentially, like as a distro, I stock up all my accounts that I have. So all these 42 accounts that I have, I make sure they consistently have deals on their shelf. So I'm making sure that they get supplied. We have sales reps. We have a packaging team that pack, the flour. I get it shipped, not shipped, but like we transport it out to them. Shipping is illegal, people. So like we, drive it to them, transport it to them, and like make sure they constantly have deals on their shelf. But outside of that, I'm also selling bulk flour as well. So like to manufacturing companies that don't want a Dios jar, they just need pounds. It's crazy. Like I'm selling packs and I'm selling my brand at the same time. It's like if you need 20 pounds of some greenhouse to make whatever, like, some vape, I'm also providing you that as well. And it's just it's funny. It's so funny, man. At the end of the day, like when people ask me what I do for a living, it's like, oh, I just grow and sell weed. And it's just like, what? You're saying that? I'm like, legally, obviously. Like I'm not out here on some crazy stuff, but it's legal. But I just wanted people to know, like, there's no blueprint, but it's possible. And I am a very open book. And when people DM me and ask me questions, I always answer.
Listen, you're hilarious. She said, you said I do this, and this. I mean, but outside of that, I do girl, bye. I'm fed up.
Because it's happening simultaneously. It's happening simultaneously. I'm like,
I don't care. You are managing a lot of moving fucking pieces is what you're doing. Okay?
Yeah.
You guys want to know the biggest gem that she said without saying? You can do more when you can manage more. Okay?
Right.
So she's managing a lot of pieces, but she didn't manage everything at once.
No, we have to do this, and we have to compartmentalize
project after project. Once you get used to one thing, you put another thing on your shelf, and then you can do another thing. So I was like, let me break that one down for them, because you just and then you just no, you don't just like there's a couple steps in between there, okay? But I was just smiling the whole time. I don't know if you really like were taking that in, because I was like, you can't tell me that nobody can. I know you. I've seen you since we were children. We played in the same parks together.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? We went to the same parties. We had the same community. We went to the same weddings and baptisms and this, and the third. And now you were telling me you are a full-fledged CEO of your own company. You are like putting yourself out there. You're trailblazing in an industry on your own, like as a Black woman, right? Like those are big life things. And it was really important that I had you on, one, to give you those flowers, and to tell you too that like you literally, and I love this part, I really love this part, is like you're literally already living your legacy because you exist. Like you exist. There is a role model for people to look at, and it's amazing. And so when we say you need to get your face out there, if your legacy and your goal is to inspire people to do that, they have to know you exist.
I know, like, I know. So, and that's what I'm doing. That's literally what I'm doing.
We're gonna champion this. We're gonna keep putting you out there. The community is behind you. My mom is literally behind me. She's ready to go on this walk. She said, "I don't care about your show no more."
Yeah, damn.
She's over it. So I just wanted to say that I love you so much. I'm like literally so amazed. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh my God, that's her shit. Like, I know it is real. It's out there in the world. And like, man.
Yeah, man, if you're in California and you want to try some deals, you know, just go to your local dispensary. They probably have it. And or hit up your local delivery services, because I also supply a lot of delivery services as well, and I really, really, really do make it a point to like make sure my Black owned accounts get taken care of. Like, I give them a lot, like the flour first, because we have high tested flour and our flour sells out. So it's like, I definitely do want to make sure like people, I'm you know, navigating traffic towards X amount of people accounts. Like, I had some GMO that we grew that tested at like 42%, which was stupid high, like crazy high, that I made sure like my first couple of accounts that ever even gave me a chance got them first. I knew they were going to sell out. So I'm like, I'll at least want you guys to get it first. And they hit me like, dude, we sold out in like 3 days. We sold out in 4 days. We sold out. I need more. And I'm like, all right, man, this is great, man.
Exactly.
Support Habesha businesses. Yeah, Meanwhile.
That's the right there. That's it. Meanwhile said it for us. Support Habesha business, even if that business is one your parents might not want you to. Just don't even answer no questions. Just say, oh no, she's Habesha. Don't answer no more questions.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Habesha men are more they're more understanding. Like a couple Habesha older that I've met were like, good girl, like smart.
Yeah. Smart.
Stay
get the money.
Yeah,
because they know at the end of the day, these some OGs. They've been running these streets, running these businesses. Nah, they some OGs. They not gonna tell you. They gonna tell you to run away from a check.
Nah, they come from a business standpoint. They come from a business standpoint, like, oh, you're getting into cannabis, blah blah blah. They see the news, they see what's going on, and they're like, smart. Make sure you stay in there. Make sure you know you represent the Habesha community and the whole nine, and then just take it from there. And it's like, that's really what I'm about to do. I revamped the logo. I revamped everything. Like, it's supposed to be coming out in like a week or two, and I definitely like want to pay homage to like the Habesha community and stuff like that. And just letting people know, like, hey, cannabis is okay, and you don't only have to smoke it. There's other alternatives. You know, you can like take a pill, you could take oils, you could take edibles. Like, there's vaping. I mean, there's creams for like your mom. You know, all our moms are getting at is, you know, they're at that age where, you know, they starting to, you know,
our moms, girl, I have back pain too. Talking about our moms.
Our moms.
I got some back pain.
Me.
Who is them? I am them.
Facts. I'm literally, yeah. Even my mom, like, I definitely gave her some cream to rub on her knee or the bottom of her heel. And, you know, she just thought she was going to just get big high. And I'm like, you're not going to get high. Like, it's okay. You just rub it on and see what happens. And she really enjoy it. She like it. Like, it makes her knee warm up. It makes her heel warm up. Like, there's actual medicinal benefits behind cannabis. So the fact that it's even deemed a Schedule 1 drug as if it doesn't have medical benefits, like, just let you know that the DEA and everything, we just got a long way to go with them. But what I do represent and what I do like about California is that California is like, we're not waiting on the federal legalization. We're not waiting for the DEA. We're going to get the ball rolling now. And then everybody else just catch up.
Bro, when I tell people sometimes we 10 years ahead of the curve, it's exhausting. Like,
yeah. Man,
it's exhausting. I'm like, y'all want to be the beta testers? Come on.
Yeah,
like, we tired.
We are literally the beta testers. We're the beta testers for the social equity program. I know a lot of other states are now trying to mimic it and like implement it in their states and everything. Everyone's looking at Oakland because Oakland was literally the first social equity program ever. We were like the first wave of licenses. So it was like, when people, like, I'll be on Clubhouse and stuff and hear conversations, and, you know, people ask, like, you know, who's social equity? Like, who can talk about their experience going through social equity? And it's usually just me because no, like the equity program is now being launched in other states. And honestly, I feel like that's really the only way Black people are going to be able to even get in the industry because you need
You
capital
know
to get
what?
into
You
this
know what
industry.
lane? You know what lane you just opened? I
What?
hope
What's
you
that?
ready. I hope you're ready for some speaking engagements.
Man, yeah,
Hey, we could do some training. Don't even worry, sis. I
yeah.
got you.
I
We
that's nerve wracking. I definitely just got a DM though about a cannabis panel. Um, and I was
don't say
like,
no, sis.
I'm
This
not
is
gonna
your
say.
sign.
I'm not gonna say no. I think yeah, I'm gonna take it and like, all right, fuck it, let's do this.
Yes.
Fuck it, let's do this.
Listen, I'll be in the background producing the hell out of you. No, you need her on what panel? On a what day? Hold on. Listen, that is your next lane. I'm gonna manifest that into you, for you,
Oh, thank you, man. I
because
appreciate
you,
that.
yeah, that's a whole nother lane because you need to. I feel like you're gonna get even more fulfillment, on the back end of getting other people involved. I feel like you're gonna really thrive there.
Yeah. I feel it too, because people, when I talk about cannabis in the industry, like in front of people, like on a conversation base, they're really super engaged, and I'm super engaged too. Like we really could talk for a long time about the industry as a whole, and then licensing and all that other fun stuff. But it's just like, I definitely would just really want our generation to get into the game. And when I'm talking to people, I really hope that they really take in what I'm saying and like go to their like local town hall meetings and stuff and really fight for an equity program, because that's really the only way we would be able to get into this space. Like I read that in New York, to even get a dispensary up and running, the license application fee alone is like 200K for the license
Mm-hmm.
application alone. No, it's actually 210K. And if your the application gets denied, you get 200K back. So essentially, you're paying 10K for an
Yeah.
application. And it's like, that's a lot of money, man. We don't have all that type of money to just even fill out for an application. Like,
Just to
that's
get a guess and see. Like,
yeah, like, that's not going to work.
mm-mm.
That's just not
No.
gonna work. And if you want to get in the cannabis space, I highly encourage you guys to just go to your local town hall meetings and stuff and just press about the equity program. They know about it. They'll probably. It's not like they don't know about it. This is literally it's like a grass fire. Like it went from Oakland to Oregon to Washington, Detroit, Michigan
Mm-hmm.
is starting to do it. Jersey's trying to do it. Like Virginia, DC, everyone is starting to do it. So it's like y'all definitely need to get in and figure out what are the qualifications, because each state is different. Figure out what's the qualification for that and do that shit.
No, for real. Listen, Ash said Mahala going
That's
crazy
so
with the
crazy
legal
with the legal.
cannabis. Listen, I let her give you guys extra gems because like y'all needed to hear, because and this is even an ode to last week with Babu. Like
Mhm.
y'all gotta get involved with what's happening locally, right? Because you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know what you qualify for if you don't check and see and like try these things out. Because somebody is advocating for you on your behalf.
Yeah.
Like, and there's people who care, like us. We care about y'all, and we trying to make sure we open doors for our people to come through. And now we gotta also tell y'all that we open the door. So come
Mhm.
on, like, you know
Yeah.
what I
Like,
mean? This is the second part. So we need y'all to just come on with us, as many as we can take. And you have somebody here who is literally telling you she's trying to take y'all with her. So
well, I would love to do.
all I can do is throw the lob. That's all
Man,
I'm
I would
saying.
love to do business with my family and friends. Do you know how? Just thinking back, like 5 years from now, thinking back, like, man, I used to sell you weed all the time. Like if I was to do it with my friends, like actually one guy that I went to grad school with, Kern, he actually has a delivery service and a distribution company out here in Oakland as well. And it's so funny to us because we both just reflect a lot. Like, bro, we were literally in grad school together working on
Mhm.
a project. And now look, I'm selling you packs, you selling me packs. You got me on your delivery service menu. You got me like transporting stuff for you. It's like
Yeah,
one of
that's
those.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. And it was like, bro, 4 let's say we graduated in 2018 grad school. I'm like, in 4 or 5 years, bro, our life literally drastically changed. It went from trying to figure this shit out to now, like, we really in here selling weed all day. Talking about the most. I'm talking about. I didn't even have a cultivation team 4 years ago. Bro. Now we're growing one of the most highest THC in stores. Like, I didn't just off my GMO alone. Like, that opened doors. Your weed opens up doors. That right there alone got me in the cookies, Connected, Burners on Hate, like Spark, High Times.
Listen, they don't even know what you're talking about. They don't even know. That's what what I'm trying to tell them. We just need you guys to do a little bit of the Google, you know? We need you to go. To go to the Google. I want you to look up what she's talking about, because
social equity program.
It's literally no. That's what I'm saying. That's it right there. Literally giving you free game. Like, people are gonna watch this back. I hope they replay it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna post it up, but I'm gonna edit it for like the parts that the connection was bad. I'm gonna post it back up. But like, literally, it's like, man. Anybody who like understands business, I hope they gonna pick this up. They gonna be like, all right, bet. They gonna pick up all the steps you said. They gonna Google it. They gonna put a plan together, because business-minded people do that, right? Like, they're gonna take advantage. There's those of you who don't think you're business people, and that's who I'm trying to convince. Like, you literally, like, we're regular kids that grew up in the hood, that were immigrants, that did the same path that you did. Bro, that's it right there. No more excuses. Like, there's no more excuses. And it's like, if you're afraid, that's okay. Here's also a mentor that can help you. So
yeah, man, I'm super scared.
We over here solving problems. I'm out here. Look at this. I'm out. You know what? I'm the plug. I'm the middleman right here. I'm the plug. Listen, I'm the plug. I'm taking that to my damn grave. But okay, my mom's really gonna kill me. I'm waiting for her to poke back in here. No, you're good. I'm just waiting for it. You know how you can sense them behind you?
I'm looking behind you too. I'm looking at the door like.
I was like, oh shit, she gonna pop up any second. Where's she at? Because she surely did walk in here like, okay. So
we're definitely gonna circle back and do this again, because obviously my connection was bad, and I feel like a lot of information kind of went, fell through the cracks.
No, we're good. We can do it as many times.
But I definitely do want to circle back and just just have a follow-up, just to see like, all right, which Habeshas, especially the Habesha community, like, which one of y'all really Googled your social cannabis equity program and figured out
y'all about it.
Yeah, which one of y'all really? Because I get them all the time. I'm trying to get in the weed game. I'm trying to get in the weed game. I'm trying to do this. It's like, all right, this is what you got to do. I'm not gonna do it for you, but this is what you have to do. And it's annoying, and it is annoying. It's annoying that I want to know your life. The city does all this stuff, but at the end of the day, I get a license this industry, and that's where you can start your legacy, like you were saying before. Once you get this license, it's like, now it's game time. Yeah, this is game time. Oh yeah, licenses hold so much weight. People try to buy your licenses all the time, and I don't know. I just feel like I have some value, and I'm obviously I'm not gonna give it up, but it's just like, obviously trying to grow the business as big as I can. Go obviously nationwide once it becomes federally legal. I would love deals to be everywhere, and just be able to provide quality good smoke.
And that's on that. And that's on.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. And then the creams and the oils and stuff is coming in. That's my next project. But it's like right now, I just want to solely focus on flower and focus on my inventory. Make sure I can
No.
We're
not limiting.
Oh,
we're not limiting. No, sure, we're going everywhere. We need it.
Just the base. Flower is just the base.
Yes.
Once you get your weed out there, now I'm doing oils, vapes, pens, creams. Like, I'm trying to be a one-stop shop. I'm trying to be able to supply all of that.
Oh, now you're now you're trying to explain to them business. Now you're giving them too much free gems. free. Whoa, Whoa, Mahalit, Hansha, you trying to take it to a whole nother class?
Yeah, I was like, sorry. I'm a little loaded, y'all, so I could go.
I know, no. I love it though. Normally I would let you go, but I was just like, wait a minute. Now this is two different conversations because this one, she's trying to teach you guys also business strategy and how to scale and expand. Well, we can do that. Actually, let's do that. So this is what we'll do is we'll circle back because I do want to do a business development series. Mm-hmm. So we're going to circle back because I think it would be dope to like see you on another panel and like helping with that shift. It'll be really cool to just see how it looks in every industry. So look at you just planting seeds and shit. So that's what we're going to do.
Perfect. I'm
gonna
down.
go on a walk. I don't know why I got like a helicopter above. It must be some Cinco de Mayo shit. Listen, no, I gotta go. I gotta go back to Denver with the bunnies because I'm tired of the city.
Yeah, girl, you are in San Jose. That is where all of Cinco de Mayo, San Jose. That's it's lit out there.
I know. I really want to go get some tacos, but I also don't want to be around everybody. But it's okay. So I'm gonna go on this walk. I love you so much. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody in the audience, got their knowledge, got their game up today, and we're gonna circle back. So
man, we're gonna circle back for sure. Thank you so much, Rutha, for having me. I really appreciate it. I really think you have a great platform, and you.
I know. I really want to go get some tacos. I'm gonna go on this walk. Coming on. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody in the audience, got their knowledge, got their game up today, and we're gonna circle back. So
man, we're gonna circle back for sure. Thank you so much, Rutha, for having me. I really appreciate it. I really think you have a great platform, and you touch a lot of the Habesha community, and I'm trying to get into the Habesha community. So I'm like, this is perfect.
Okay.
Rutha, you need me more than I need you more than you need me. So it's like, this is perfect. This is a win-win situation.
Okay, I was gonna say don't gas me too much, but okay, I'm gonna take it. Baba said yes, I love y'all. We love you too, Baba. Okay, bye y'all.